you're looking at single family homes, you mentioned the 1% rule, which is the rent to value ratio. So if you're, buying $100,000 house, you want to target one that rents for at least $1,000. And I think a lot of people are familiar with that rule, but there's also another general rule that you mentioned on a webinar that I listened to, that you talked about the 50% rule for quick underwriting. Can you share what that is? Because that was sort of a newer rule of thumb for me.
Yeah. So, if you're bringing in $1,000 rent, take 50% of that, which is $500. And that's usually a good rule of thumb of how much expenses you're going to have. So if you have $1,000 rent, you pay $500, you have $500 remaining, and that's what you pay your PITI or your mortgage payment out of. So that's how you quickly figure out how much you're cash flowing on a property. And I have an analyzer on my website that people can download, where you can kind of get more into the nitty gritty about repairs, maintenance, CapEx, vacancy, property management, and then a few other I'm sure I'm missing off the top of my head. But the 50% rule is, you're pretty good with that. Maybe if you're buying like a turnkey property that's all freshly rehab, or it's like a legit turnkey, maybe you can ratchet that 50% down to maybe 40 or 35%. But when you're doing the quick and dirty numbers first method, and you're kind of chopping down a list of 100 or 1,000 properties, that's a great way to start.
This was a highlight from the full interview that I did with Lane Kawaoka. He is a really sharp guy from Simple Passive Cash Flow. If you want to hear the full interview, you can check it out on any podcast player. Just search for Living Off Rentals Podcast. Or you can go on over to our Facebook group, the Living Off Rentals Facebook community. Just go to Facebook and search Living Off Rentals. It'll pop right up. Join the group. You can ask any questions you have on rental property investing. There's a lot of really smart rental property investors that hang out there, and I will see you in the next video.